everyone, this is Rex Red. I am here with another fun Daz Studio tutorial. And I should have gotten my characters with some clothes on, but swimwear. Let's put some swimwear on them, I guess. This is Devin. We have two characters here. It's hard to tell. I really did not intend to come in here without some swimwear on them, but I just clicked the button and then looked and said, oh my god, I forgot to put some swimwear on them. Alright, so it's not like they don't have like flesh-colored swimwear covering. So, alright, that gave them some kind of thing there. Now let's get rid of this. Now you'll notice this scene looks weird. It looks strange, and that's the way it's supposed to look. Environment options, okay, and so what I'm going to do is change the environment a little bit here so that it doesn't have as much. So maybe there's some better lighting. Okay, so we're going to go to render settings, get rid of this, delete. Okay, and we're just going to find maybe a fun sky that shines, lets some light in. An evening sky might be good. I mean like midday. Let's see what this does. If this lights up this world. See, I have no idea what this... Now, you see, we've got some light coming in here, all right? So I have no idea what we're looking at. It's the weirdest... Like, this is a tree that's in behind everything. It's the weirdest. It's like everything is made of these little point-to-linear, I don't know, little dots, pom-poms and things like that. And little circular. It's a really weird world, but that's what I like about it. It's kind of it's magical. Okay, I don't know if magical is a word, but that's kind of the way I see it. Now, I thought I got rid of this, but there we go. Okay, so this is interesting how this works. So all right, so this gives us a little bit of light in our environment, a little bit of light from side. I assume this is going to render really kind of nice. Now I have a camera in the view. No, I thought I did, but let's create a let's go right from the front, and then it's like, okay, I have this stuff in the way, okay, but I'm going to create my camera right from the front. Camera, copy active view. All right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and zoom out on this whole world and see what the heck it is. All right, and this is what it is. Okay, so obviously my camera's out so far that it's in behind the trees, and I can remedy that by making the camera wider. So this is the world, and it seems like a really cool place. I'd almost like to just expand it and make it larger so I can bring my camera further away, but maybe I don't really need to. Now if you look at this, we have this scatter instances. Small bush, these must be the small bush. Okay, these are all part of something. And the hedges, and then there must be trees. Tree instance, trees. What happens when we turn this off? Our tree instance. Well, that is strange. So this must be the underbrush around the trees. Okay, but they did turn off. Okay, so now that we kind of know what we're dealing with, and here is my camera. Let's turn that back on. Then maybe what I'm going to do is take and select this whole magic world and magic field, and I'm going to pull it over this way so that my camera is still inside and they're over near the bushes, sort of, kinda, not in the center. Now let's see if when I go back to my camera view, if we're out of the thicket here. I'm probably going to want it closer anyway, but as long as they're not in, yeah, it looks like the camera's out of the trees, but we still have our character here rather than, okay, now let's go to our camera view, and it looks like we still have something weird here in the way. What if I bring this up? Okay, that kind of fixes that. So, all right. Now we have two characters here. Everything looks, it looks like there's some kind of fog or something in here. That there's some kind of mist, dust light. What if we turn that off? Okay. I don't know what a dust light is, but it seems as though it looked better with the dust light on. It's almost like little particles that emit light. I don't know, but it adds to the magic, the ambience of this scene. All right, so let's save this, and we're gonna call this magic. No, okay. What came to mind is like strawberry fields, but I don't see it. It's called magic fields, strawberry fields. Let's call this how about strawberry fields? We'll call it strawberry fields because these look like little strawberries. Okay, so we're gonna go save as scene. Anytime now, scene dialog box. There it is. Strawberry fields. Okay. All right. Now, believe it or not, this is two people, not just one, that we have in here. Welcome to the tutorial today. Say hi, Sigmund.
Hi! Hello, everyone!
Well, Sigmund, you haven't combed your hair today. Your hair is in your eyes. You can't see your eyes. There we go. Hi, he says. So, yes, Sigmund. So, all right. So, we now have this interesting kind of thing going on. So, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put these guys in a pose. And I think I was thinking maybe put them in a yoga thing so that they're like doing yoga. But I think a dance pose might be nice also. So let's see what we can find for dance. How about this one right here? This is Victoria 6. I think these might work. Michael 6. They may work. Let's see what happens when we give this one to and this one to Matteo. I've never used these two characters in a scene before. So they're kind of older. Victoria 6. Let's see if this works. Well, it looks like it might be kind of working. Not really, because his arm is supposed to be up. All right, let's undo those. It's a nice scene, but it kind of looks tragic in some way. It's hard to tell what they're really doing. Unload right. It looks like somebody's getting murdered. So, edit, undo. A little too much on the dramatic side. And I'm not sure. Let's see what we have for other dance stuff. Those were kind of perfect because they were couples. I might have to go back. Which ones are these? These are statues. JPAD statuette. I think these are let's try one of these on Devon. All right, that kind of works. It's a little bit flamboyant, but hey, you know, what's wrong with flamboyant? Nothing. All right, and this one will go with this one for Matteo. All right, now let's go into texture shaded, and it's kind of very artistic the way they're all twisted like that, but all right, let's, what if we put Matteo like here, like there, and put Devon over here. All right, that kind of looks nice. Let's save this. Now they need hair and things, but those poses really went on so quickly. It was just like boom, just put them on and move them, and they're all done. All right, so, and they don't look really contorted. I mean, they, like, his neck doesn't look terribly bent incorrectly, but it would be, might be nice is to have him with long hair and have it hanging, but that's a possibility. But let's see what they look like in Iray. All right. And I might lower this a little bit so you can see it, their feet are kind of buried in the, I guess, tall grass. All right, I'm going to have to turn the light, and I'm going to so that it comes more from the front. I might have to put spotlights on them. Okay, so actually this doesn't look like it's too terribly, like their feet are buried that much. So, but these guys, all right, I'm going to take and go with Devon first. I'm going to take their, okay, the camera. We're going to lock the camera because this is kind of where I want it. So we're going to go to our, oh my gosh, my voice is so deep today. All right, we're going to go to edit, object, lock, and lock the camera. I know you've had to see me lock the camera a million times. All right, so it's locked. Okay, now we're gonna take these guys look like they're like hillbillies. So we're gonna try to, you know, they look just older, and so that's nothing wrong with that as well. But I'm gonna just take their heads and just drop them down a little bit so that they go more towards the Genesis 8 character, so that they have some of their features, you know. So it just knocks a few years off of them. It's like, because when you buy these characters, I believe they purposely exaggerate the features. I just bring them down. Now you'll notice his face when I bring this down. It's going to just soften his features. And I'm going to bring his quite a bit down. All right. There we go. See how that really softened his features. Okay, so now I'm going to give them maybe they're wearing bathing suits. I think I'm going to give them like loincloths. So we're going to save this again. And all right, so that just kind of softened. It's still them, but it just took a little bit of the harshness of their look out. And I think I'm going to take a little bit more of Devin out. Okay, there we go. So, and I might come in and add another characters into their head. See, I'm only working with their heads right now, okay? So, okay, we're going to save that. And I believe these are HD characters, but I'm not sure. But it looks like the distance between his knee to the edge is about the same as the distance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put both of these characters, edit, create, new group. Okay, figures. Okay, we're going to do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are doing some 3D graphic art today. So we have some dancers, some male dancers that are in this really fantastic kind of, I call it kind of pastel world. Okay, I'm going to bring them over just a little bit like this so that they're a little bit there. I think that's enough. Just tweak them over a little bit more. And okay, so there we go. So what I'm going to do now is, while I work on the characters, I'm going to turn this magic field off so that I can, because it's hogging up my scene right now terribly. So let's see what we have now. All right, so the magic field, let's turn that off for a moment. Okay, look at the beautiful, beautiful, look at this beautiful, and so we have to get the light coming at. Now, this light is nice coming from that, but I need a light so that his face is lit. So I may leave the light here and just add a spotlight to accentuate some of this, okay? So it all depends. But that sky is not incredibly, it's just, we're going to play with the sky and the lighting. But they're going to need hair, and they need something else. And I think these trunks, I think maybe it might be nicer to have bikini ones instead of trunks. And so something that looks a little bit more neater, but we'll see. Let's go into wardrobe and let's look for something. Underwear. Okay. Genesis 8 female. Okay, now these are made for the Genesis 2 male, and every time I've used them, they've never worked right. Let's see. Now those are Genesis. Well, let's see what they look like before I make a judgment here. Okay, wardrobe, because it's something that's just going to work. All right, there's one, and that's two. Now let's go to them and see if we have other color options. Explore product, wardrobe materials. No, it doesn't look like they give us. All right, so now what we'll do is turn off the swimwear. Okay, see, that's much nicer. Okay, and I think even the color is okay for now. Swimwear, we'll turn that off. This is much cleaner looking. Okay, so we'll save that. We're gonna just get rid of the swimwear now, and the swimwear here. All right, and that's better. Frolicking in the strawberry fields. All right, so let's give them some hair so they don't look like mannequins. It's kind of important. Hair. What kind of hair does he need? He's got to have some D-force hair. I don't think it has to be that long. I wonder what this kind of hair would look like. This is for Genesis 3, Genesis 8. Which one are we? That's Devon. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Because it looks like it kind of hangs a little bit. Alright, that actually works. But I can't say for sure until I get some light on him. So let's see now. What about Devon? Secret agent hair? I don't know if this would work. Got this AJ hair. Well, let's try the secret agent hair. Oh, that one, I don't know what this is supposed to be. What, okay, let's try Genesis 3 male. And full body hair, short hair. Let's see if that works. I think it's actually Genesis. No, that's... Well, it did go on him. No, it just doesn't... It works, but it doesn't do anything for me. So let's see. It's got to do something for me. And that's not doing it. So hair. Let's see what we got for hair. Hair. Let's... Aaron. Let's try this. They're going to look like they both have the same hair. Alright. Well, that kind of works. It's just a it carves around his features. It makes him kind of look sharp. Well, let's try something, maybe something that makes him look a little more rugged. Because, I mean, in that pose, there's not much that can save him. So, let's see. See what we have here. How about the classic side part? We kind of did that with the other one, but it's not like glued down to his head, which is for Genesis 3. This would be the Genesis 8. Let's see. I think the side part will make him look a little bit less dainty, even though there's not much you can do. Okay, that's better. Like, that gives him a little bit more. I can give them facial hair if I need to also. We'll save this. Okay, now I'm going to throw a spotlight in, but I'm going to go to texture shaded, and we're going to go to throw in a spotlight here, and go to our spotlight, bring it up, bring it back, turn it towards this guy, like here. Where's the spotlight? There we go. Okay, now if I turn it a little bit more, now we're going to have the shadow of his shoulder if I don't bring it out enough here, like this. So I might have to bring it from like this. Okay. Let's follow the curve here, and that it'll shine onto his face. It won't be directly, but okay, now let's go back to our camera and see if that gives us a light. Actually, I don't think it will. I think I'll have to give it some power, some lumens. All right, how about a little bit more? We'll go up to 9. How about we go 9.1? Whoa, that's a lot. Let's go 3. Go 2. 2. All right, that kind of works, but you know, I think it's got to go on his head rather than. Okay, so let's go to the spotlight here. Texture shaded. I think we're going to come from the same angle the light's coming from here. Yeah. Let's see what that does now. From Iray. See what we've got here. It's not lighting his head. Now let's see if we give, go up to 5. Alright, for some reason it's not doing it. Let's bring it this way. Okay. Texture shaded. No, we'll go back to our camera. Back to Iray. You know, I need hotkeys for this. I had to redo my computer, and I need hotkeys for Iray and texture shaded mode, and I need one to okay, let's give him a face light as well. But I'm going to take this light down a little bit, so we're going to go down to 3. It's a little too much now. And I'm also going to lower the temperature so it's a little warmer. Okay. And then we're going to give him a light as well on the shadowy part of his face. Spotlight 2. Go into texture shaded again. And then go to spotlight 2. and move up, out, over, up, and down into there. Hello. I know you're a person too. Okay, camera. Now let's go back to Iray and give this a little bit of light and juice and warm it up. Alright, we'll just bring the temperature down a little bit on that. We'll bring that up to 3. Okay. Alright, now let's give them a little bit of facial hair. Hair, products, and let's see, face. How about we go here with this one? For you, that would be Devin. His face is just too sharp. We soften it up a little bit. I don't know. I think that's too much hair. Alright, let's take the beard out. Let's go back here. Try something a little more subtle. This one. Genesis. Okay, we want the beard. The top knot beard for Genesis 8. Okay, so we want the top knot beard. And the top knot mustache. Okay, that's just a little bit. Okay, the beard's working, but the hair's not working anymore. So we're going to take and get rid of the hair. Which one is that here? Classic side part. Let's do something with his hair. And I don't think his hair's working either. Let's see, we got here. This is Devin. Now, does he have hair? No. Hair. He's got a beard. All files. Nope, no hair. They're using hair from something else. Oh, we got to go now to hair. Short hair. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Right, I think this is going to be really difficult because of his pose. It's so... all right, let's see. It's going to be difficult to get the right hair for him. Maybe this shy guy hair. Let's see how that works. Some bangs. Yeah, I think that works, but we're going to go with a darker color to match his beard. Or I could match his beard with this hair, but I think it's easier to change the hair to a darker color. Just darken it a little bit. Darken. Darkest brown. Let's try that. Yep, there he is. Okay, It just took and balanced his look a little bit. Now this guy, his hair is the right style, but the way it's like combed back so neatly, that's the problem I'm having with it. So I'm going to give him a similar style, but that's not combed back like that. This is the okay, we're going to take that. We're going to give Matteo this hair. It points out a little more on the top tip. And it's actually, where is it now? I think it will filter context. We'll find it easier. Where is it? Here it is. See how that has like it's a little more free looking, spiky hair. Okay. There we go. And now we're going to give him some facial hair. Just something to give it him a little bit of to balance out the look here. Now face. And let's see what we've got here. Face. I need something for his face. Okay, we're not going to go beard. Now this is Louis. I don't think he has face hair. It's just, no, he's just got brows. And I don't think Riker has face. Yes, he does. Beard. Let's try Riker's beard. Just something to give him a little bit of definition there. Yeah, there we go. I don't know that I like that. Edit, undo. Let's see what else we can find. How about Michael's? He's just got, let's see, Michael. No, it doesn't look right. Let's see what we've got here. Now let's try something scraggly, like down here with Alright, I'm not finding it. Okay, okay. Go. Okay, what's this? Okay. You know, it's all about aesthetics, and what I like isn't necessarily okay. How about the Leon beard? This goatee here. I think that works. Now let's go, I think though the hair, his hair should be a little bit D4 style. Okay, shy. No, that's the other guy's hair. Let's not mess his hair. The spiky hair. Let's go a little darker on the spiky hair. Would be materials. Okay, let's go with something a little just darker brown. Says blonde here. spikes off. Blonde, dark brown. Where's light brown? Light brown. Let's try this. How about dark brown? Dark blonde, dark brown. Okay, I think that works better. And let's save this. I'm not sure that I like this either. Okay, we got the spiky hair. We can change the spiky hair. Oh, I don't want two there. Edit, undo. Okay, let's go to all files. There were some things here. We could change the look of the spiky hair. Get rid of the spikes. Spikes off. Let's try that. Spikes on, spikes off. That's all we have. And then we have colors, and that's it. That's not that bad. I think it's better. Okay, with the spikes off. Okay, now let's all right, in the spotlight here, let's just give it a little bit more juice. Spotlight, more illums. Let's go to 5. All right. Let's look through the spotlight. All right, now it looks like, okay, I shouldn't have done that. Edit, undo. Okay, let's get out of Iray texture shaded. Let's go to perspective view. Zoom down on something here. How about Matteo? Here. Alright, it looks like they're like touching each other, but they're not. And so if I'm not sure what's going to happen if I try moving them a little bit like him here. And Devin. Move him back a little bit. So that they're actually almost touching. Alright, now let's see what that did to my camera view. Alright. What that did was just moved my lighting, my whole lighting thing now. So we got to go to Spotlight 2. Didn't throw it off that much. Let's now his eyes, the way they're just staring out like that. Okay, we're going to go and fix that. And let's see what we got here with his face. He is beautiful. Oh my gosh. All right, now let's just close his eyes a little bit. Now this is Devin, I believe. Or is it Matteo? I don't know. Okay, that's Matteo. That's Devin. Alright, so we're going to go here now and just make him blink a little bit. Blink. Just so he looks like he's kind of in a state of a relaxed state. Okay, and let's do the same thing. See, this is what makes your figures seem like they're less, they're more alive, and that's when you have that problem where your figures look like they're just staring out into nothing. Well, that's why, because they don't have they're just, their eyes are open full, and this is the same thing here with him, with Matteo. Blink. Let's just give him a little bit of a blink, squint a little bit, you know. And this looks like it works. All right, now let's go back to our camera view. Okay, now I have to look at the other light, spotlight 1, because that's definitely off. Yeah. We're going to come like this. Maybe right from like this angle. Then that casts a little bit more on his body. Okay, from camera. Right, save, but it gives us a little bit of definition here. All right, now let's turn back on our land. Our strawberry fields here. Okay, let's see what we have. And let's turn Iray on. Then we're going to mess. I might not need these spotlights if I just move the sun in the right direction. Thank you for the likes, people. John, welcome. Welcome. It's good to have. I think you're a fellow Daz content creator, so it's really nice to have another creator who knows all these models and things, to have you in here. So yeah, very good to have you here. So I think this light should be a little brighter because on his face. So we'll go with spotlight 2 and give that a little bit more. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Give that a little bit more light. We'll go with 6. We'll really bring it up and see if it what it does to our scene. Welcome. It's awesome to have you here. That is spotlight 2. And oh gosh, this is it's like there's an atmosphere in this scene. This thing called this magic field. Oops, what am I doing here? This magic field. It's something here that says, and I'm going to leave it because I like it. It's called dust light, and I don't know what that is, but it doesn't have an luminescent. But if I go to surface dust light, it's got a base color of black. So I just not sure. Okay, but then it's got these translucency colors of like yellow, but it adds an ambience or ambiance, but I say it funny, I guess, ambiance or ambience. So I think this is very nice. I think this will render up nicely. So so I think we've got something here. So we've got some light in the scene, and I think they look nice. Now, you know, I really don't know if I should even change the. All right. So what I'm going to do is save this, and then I'm going to save as scene. This is called Strawberry Fields. That's strawberry. So we're going to go to strawberry fields 1. I do this a lot, where I'll save the file and then with the sky that I have, and then I'll just save it again and mess with different skies until and see if something, because, you know, right now I could render this and just say it's done, you know, but and this guy's doing his Julie Andrews thing. The hills are alive. All right, I'm sorry, my Julie Andrews is a little rusty, but all right. So so that thanks for the compliment on the scene too, John. That's very cool. So yeah, so my subscribers are clamoring for me to do some things that are that have more light and they're not so depressing and dark. So I guess they just don't like dragons and stuff, but so I'm now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this render settings and I'm going to go to optimization. I'm going to put memory on because this is a large scene, and sometimes it's better to load things with a lot of instances into the computer memory rather than the graphics card memory. It can make the scene, and also their eyes can turn black if every once in a while, and I don't know what causes their eyes to turn black. I know a few things that can cause that, like moving them too far from the center of the scene can cause that, but sometimes just switching back between speed and memory, just toggling it, brings their eyes back. And now it looks like his eyes are blue again. It looked like they were black for a moment, but okay, I'm wondering if I should get closer to these guys or not. I think I'm close enough. This is going to render. They're going to get very sharp. They're all of these little specks and dots and stuff, and that's kind of a characteristic of this particular environment, that it's very pointilinear. I'm not sure if that's a word, but it's very there's a kind of art where you just poke where you paint with a lot of dots, and it seems to be like that, but they're going to sharpen right up in the scene. So I think it's going to, when it renders. So I have it saved. Okay, we're going to save this again. This is Strawberry Fields 1. Now let's go up to our smart content and let's go to render settings and let's play with the skies. Now I've got this these weird let's try different render settings. I may end up going back to my other one, but let's see what happens when I just play with the sky a little bit. This just kind of took the vibrant light out. Let's go with the blue one. It took the natural light out of it, and it also took I had shadows. It was creating shadows on their muscles, and I don't see that happening here. So let's try maybe the clear day clear blue. See, I'm just not getting, and I could rotate this around, but it's just not, it's lost something from what I had. Okay, let's go out of this filter, and I need to set up some hotkeys. Let's see now, environment options. Now let's scroll down through and see if we can find some interesting HDRIs, HDRs. We're not going to get a well, it looks like we're getting some kind of background here, but All we need is the light. We don't need clouds. We don't need mountains. We don't need trees. So these clean skies, I do like a nice large sky, 1K. So let's see what this does. These are clean skies. All I need is a good... Sometimes I think clean skies, because you have clouds around, they kind of focus the light. And when you have a clean sky, then you end up with this really broad, large light that goes everywhere. So sometimes I don't know if that's true or not, but sometimes you want a nice focused light that's going to give you shadows, like a hard light. And I think a clean sky isn't going to give you as good of a hard light. Now, everything's kind of yellow here now again. So I think I'd have to turn this, the intensity up of this. I'm just not going to mess with it. I'm just going to try different skies until I find something that has the right intensity for my scene. I'm always excited to try these particular skies there. I'll show you there. And I wish the artist would make a bunch more. These skies of Radiance, they are the best skies. Well, you know, they're among my top favorite of, and you can get these in a bundle, and it gives you night ones, it gives you bright day ones, and it gives you look at what happens here to my scene when I use these skies. Now this scene is so all right, I think I have to turn these magic fields off again so that I can see where the light's coming from now. So we're going to go back to our environment, and we're going to rotate the dome until I get... See, what I'm looking for is like the musculature, to be the most defined. And it's not defined over there, but when I bring it in here, right about here, I'm seeing some shadows and lighting in here. And so that's probably the best. Now let's bring back our fields. And I like what this is doing. It's giving the scene around it a nice daytime, like happy, bright, kind of glow to it. This looks a little bit washed out, a little bit too much, like we've got a little too much, maybe not. But let's try a few other ones here. We've got a few to try. This one looks like it's got a little more green, but this one looks like it's just a little darker. But it's not. This one, oh, but that's the angle, because it changes the angle again. So let's turn the fields back off, and then it might let me actually do a little bit of rotation. So I think it just changed the dome rotation on me. Yeah, it did, because I was about here. See, look at that. Now we've got some really nice definition in their musculature. So let's see what happens when we turn this back on. Well, so there's trees in the way. So just because it looks a certain way, and then when I turn the scene back on, but it looks like it's still there, that the trees could actually. So and I have no idea what this is going to look like rendered, But this is going to be beautiful rendered because this scene is just really, really nice. So I think I like this, but it's too intense. So what I'm going to try to do is go into the environment here. And I'm not sure which one to change because we have environment intensity and then we have environment map. Okay, and both of them change the brightness of the scene, okay, of this. So, and I'm not sure. Or let's go to 1.5 here with intensity. Now, see, I think that brought it. No, I think that made it worse. So let's go to 0.5. Yeah, see, that just brought it down. Okay. But we still have the light and the definition going on here. So, all right, so I think I'm going to go a little brighter, but environment. I'm wondering about these green ones. They're a little bit greener. And then this one is, okay, these all look like they all look like they're like daytime. Notice how these have clouds surrounding them. So it focuses the sun rather than like having a clear sky where it's, and see, I don't know if that's true or not, but it would make sense that it would focus the sun more when you have an HDRI image. Okay, I think if I go brighter that this is going to wash out. So I think I'm going to leave this the way this is. I like it. There's something warm about their color, and if I go go a little bit brighter, it will take some of that brown out of their color, and I kind of like that also. It makes them seem more real, like real humans, instead of it gives them a little bit more realness. Now I can do something now. Their pants, this brown kind of sparkly, I kind of like that too. You know, I could give them any color. Red velvet, it could be, you know, black, it could be leather, it could be textile, it could be plaid, you know. But I'm liking that kind of metallic thing going on. So, and it blends well with their skin. It just happens to be a lucky accident, I guess, that it works well with his hair, with this guy's hair, and with his hair. He's got like a little bit of shine in his hair. All of this seems to be lucky. I've gotten lucky with this. So it's an interesting scene, and you know, it's an interesting place, and I just the minute I saw this for sale in the Daz store, I said I had to have it, but it was expensive. It was like $20 or $30. So it was like a lot to buy it, and it's no wonder. It's a beautiful scene and a lot of original artwork. This is not something you see, you know, every day. Or at all, you know, it's just not something you see. And my eyes just, when I saw it, it just like, I dazzled with it. It was like this, I want to do something with that. And today I just was sitting for a moment, and all of a sudden this this scene popped into my head, this thing that I'd bought, and I didn't buy it when it first came out. I waited until it went way down in price, and I don't think I paid more than maybe $8 or $10 for it when I finally bought it, and I was so happy to have it. But I just haven't done anything with it, and well, here it is. So this is it. So we have these guys dancing in this beautiful place, and I like it. So I like what this has done. So this is really beautiful, and so I'm wondering if I see this right here on the side. This is like the bushes up close to the camera, and I'm wondering if a few of them, if I could just like isolate them and bring it's these, but they're up close in the camera and they kind of got into the side, and either I should probably try and get that out of there, and I could possibly get it out by just moving the whole scene to the left a little, but I think it's okay also to just leave that. But I kind of wish I could break up this a little bit with some of that down in here, but I think it's okay. And if I tilted the camera up, that's what would happen. I'd get some of this ground stuff into my camera view, and I think I'm going to just leave this the way it is. So I think going into this and trying this light, lit them up more, lit this up here really nice also. Now I could give them some body hair, so just some chest hair maybe. Let's see how that works. Okay, especially him. Okay, he looks like he needs just a little bit, and I'm thinking Dragomir. This is him. Let's go to Dragomir. Hair, body. Dragomir has a nice, it's just easy to put on. It works well, and it'll give a little bit of definition there. Where are you, Dragomir? I think it's Dragomir. Where are ya? Body. I don't see you here. There you are. Chest hair. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. Maybe I'll give them both the same chest hair. I don't think it's going to make much difference because they're coming at it from different angles. One is straight on and the other is from the side. And it's just to give a little bit of definition there, so it's not so shiny looking like they're. It makes it a little simpler for me. And it's a nice chest hair. All right. It works. So it just gives it one more tiny little element of realism to our image here. So they don't look plastic like mannequins. They should probably have arm hair, but I'm not going to deal with that right now. I don't think they need it. All right. So now I'm going to look into rendering, our render settings. Okay. So somehow this got set to speed. I'm going to set it back to memory. Not sure how that happened. Something changed my render settings. And I think this will do a lot better with speed. And with memory. Okay, now progressive rendering. We're going to drag our maximum samples up all the way. maximum time. The render quality will turn that off, so it will just render forever. And we're going to render this at 10,000 by 8,000. And I like this 4 by 5, 5 by 4 kind of image. All right. So I guess I'm ready to run this through a very quick render. And all of this all these little points and dots and specks and stuff will all resolve in the render. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we've got. 10,000 by 8,000. All right, so let's see what we've got. This is going to take probably at least 2 hours to render. And I'll probably go to 2,000 iterations before I stop it. But it's going to be so sharp and clean. Now, there's a possibility I could have put some kind of fog in there, but why do that? It would just kind of cover up all of this beautiful detail that's in this scene. And the scene it's like an impressionistic painting. I don't know how to describe the scene. But it's pastel. Look at this. This is going to be amazing. And the detail in this. And even at when this scene was, at, I don't know, $30 to buy it, it was still worth it, This is, it's just that I'm so poor that, I have to wait until they're on sale. But look at the detail that's in this. All this comes so sharp and clear in this once it renders. I mean, it's even taking Iray a long time to render it. Now let's see if we got any problems with this guy. See, that's why I closed his eye a little bit, because he would have been looking like he was really staring. We got to make sure that he doesn't have any problem with his scalp and with this with the hair. So I think everything should be fine with this. My gosh, he looks like that famous actor there. And he's got some chest hair. He's got some too. They don't look like it. I don't think it looks like it's the same chest hair. I have found though that this Dragomir chest hair, that it's good to bump up the. It already has, I believe, sub D on it. But if you bump it up a little bit, the hair doesn't look kind of all bent and crooked, and it kind of smoothens out the hair a little bit. So we'll see. I'm not sure. I'll let it render. I don't mind just like tweaking a few things. Like his eye looks like it's a little bit too open, but it's okay. He is in a weird kind of perch. I think he'd kind of want to be seeing what's going on. And I don't think this hair is that bad, but and it matches. It sort of matches the color, because these guys have brownish hair. Yeah, so it matches. Also, you always have to look and make sure that the hair, because they're all coming from different sources. The beards from one model, and it almost looks like this beard is sticking out here. I might have to go in and use Mesh Grabber and pull it down a little bit here. I'm going to cancel this and take a look. Well, that was loud. I think that looks like his chin goes here and the beard goes there. And that's not supposed to be right. And it looks wrong, you know, it just looks wrong. So I'm not sure, but a little bit of mesh grabber and pull that down. And see this? He's got a problem here. This beard, his hair is causing this little problem here, and that's the only one I see is right there. But that's definitely, he's got hair problems. Now this guy here, how about his face and hair? His hair looks like it went on really well. And if he does have it, it's covered by his. All right, so we're going to go and take a look at this guy now. We're going to turn off the magic field so we can get around a little better. And then we're going to go to our perspective view. Yeah, see, this is not right. See that? Okay, so and if I can't fix this through, okay, where's the, that's this Leon goatee. All right, so we're going to go now into our texture shaded. And see, we got to bring it up like this and then go here so I can see it right from the right angle. Okay, this is just wrong. Okay, now let's go to our tool settings. Translate. Mesh grabber. Where is that? Back to here. Goatee. Yeah, it's gonna let me fix it. Alright, now this part's gotta come out. Okay, that's a little bit big. We're gonna go 3, go to 2. Alright, we'll pull it so we can work with this a little better. This part right here has got to come up. A little bit here. Pull that out. Okay, you get an eye to see this stuff. You start to see it when you get used to seeing it. Okay, come on. All right, I think that works. Okay, so that fixed that little thing there. And then there was another problem. What was it? His eyes are too big. So we're going to go to this guy here. We're going to get out of, I think there was his hair here. So he's got another problem with his spiky hair. Okay, we've got to go back to mesh grabber. Okay, and I'm going to go back to 5. We're going to grab it right about here and turn this a little more to make sure I know. Okay, it's that one. We got the spike. Pull this out a little bit. Why is this? Okay, just a little bit here. A little bit here. Just to make sure. Okay, and a little bit down here. Okay. I probably just pulled that out a lot, but you can't really tell when you're looking at it straight on. But it ensures that, okay, now his eyes don't look that bad from this angle, but I'm just going to close them a tiny bit more. Blink. These are Genesis 8. 8.1 characters, so they have blink instead of closed eyes. There we go. All right, those were the the problems that I saw. Now about the chest hair, let's go to the chest hair here and get rid of the word blink here. And if we go down here to our sub D, okay, I don't see it here. So let's try, if it's not there, let's get up here and get close to this hair and see what it looks like. Yeah, see how it looks all kind of like bent and choppy? Alright, so if I put sub D, I learned this from somebody who came into one of my and talked a lot to me, and then they just said, okay, so we're gonna go edit, object, geometry. Do you see how that just smoothened all that hair out? And so they said that in passing. They said, oh, I put sub D on hair, you know, and I thought, oh, that's ridiculous, you know, but I didn't really think that. I just it just went into my head and I hadn't thought about it. But then, you know, in looking at the hair like that, and I think it automatically puts it on here, but maybe it didn't. So let's go to the chest hair here, edit, object, geometry. No, see, it says it's already there. Isn't it weird how it if there is objects that are and you can take this and add more, like, see, this little piece looks bent. So if I go in here and I go down into to the sub D, I can bring this up, and this sub D level 1, I think that brought it up more, but it doesn't look like it did anything. But it's supposed to smoothen that out. So it's just, I think it looks better when, now I have some kind of light here, some kind of thing happening with my, I hope that's not the Dragomir chest hair doing that, but now we go into, let's see, the Dragomir chest hair here, and I don't believe it would have brought those sub D levels up. So let's just crank them up here as well. Doesn't appear to have done anything to this, but the Dragomir chest hair, but maybe it only happens, it only shows. This is like heavy duty computational stuff that you're putting on it, that making the computer have to think about. So it may only happen during the render, I'm not sure, where it just says, no, I can't do this during the Iray. So, okay, but it's supposed to smoothen it out even more. Save this. And hopefully I won't have to come back and mess with that. Well, now let's turn the magic fields back on. Hold the control key on a PC, and that to make sure that it turns everything on when you click on that. And let's see what we have now. I should have saved it, but after turning the, so, you know, I saved it before I turned the fields on. So if I ever open this up and it's like, what happened to the fields? Well, they're in the thing. And then I'll notice that they're, because it's going to be a couple of hours before, and sometimes after I'm done rendering something, I will save it again. So so we'll see. Let's see what we have. So it is 6:11 in my part of the world. 6:11 p.m. All right, let's see what we've got. So, all right, we're going to bring this down so it's how many iterations. Now, how long this is, I think this is going to take, this scene, it doesn't have much in it, but all these little teeny circles that are in the scene, all these objects and stuff, I think it's going to take a while to render. and me throwing that that sub D on, you know, it's like it could take a long time to render. And the thing is if you don't switch this to memory, it might not render at all. It might just keep giving you problems. So in your render settings under optimization, you might have to have that switch to memory. So because there's so many little objects and the thousands of little circles all in here. So it's moving fairly fast to these renders. So so it's like let's count. Let's see. Once it hits 3, I'll start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's okay, about 15 seconds per iteration. Okay, so, and we need 2000. So you figure that out, okay? So 15 times 2000. Because I think I want to take this to 2000 iterations, so that it's really as sharp as really could possibly. Usually 1000 is okay, is where I go, but this one I'm thinking 2000. So, and it looks like they're going a little faster now too, possibly. Maybe the first one, it might gain a little bit of momentum, because it might, these initial iterations might have some deep clarification things like the sub D and stuff that it needs to compute. So we'll do another count here. It's 7 as soon as it hits 8. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so it's about 15 seconds. So it's still about 15 seconds. So 15 seconds per iteration. Let's see what we've got here now. We should see some of this clarifying. See, his eyes don't look as scary, like scared, like I'm gonna fall kind of thing. And look, now you actually have his their hands are actually, you know, in the same quadrant. And so you're seeing a little bit of the reflection of his hands on his hands. So that wasn't like that before. And this is very nice. This guy is, oh shoot, they don't have any hair. They this is what happens when you I would have let it render for hours and then found out he had no hair. What happened to his hair? Well, you can't render with mesh grabber on. You have to turn mesh grabber off. This guy is really he's beautiful. He's really beautiful. So we have to turn mesh grabber off. So we just select this tool in mesh grabber, go to translate instead of mesh grabber. Now his hair's back. Save this. Okay, now I can save it. All right, let's hit back to go back to render. All right, good thing I caught that. So it would have been 2 hours of computing time wasted. So yes, we have our scene done, and so he should have hair now. So let's see what we have here. Okay. Don't think I need that on. Okay, yeah. All right, we don't have any kind of music playing in the background. I thought about possibly playing some of my music in the background while I work, but here I do a lot of talking, well, mostly mumbling while I'm in this while I'm working here, mostly mumbling. I mumble to myself. And when I have friends come by and work with me, I start that mumbling because I'm used to talking to everybody and telling people what I'm doing. I don't do things and think about it in my head. Here we go. Let's go and see whether if they've got hair now. They should have hair. There should be hair here now. What you saw was the skull cap that goes underneath. There has to be like a cap that goes under the hair to give it a base color, or it wouldn't look right. So, all right, I'm all the way at the bottom here. So, oh, there's his legs. This way. Yeah. Yeah, he's got hair now. Yeah, so it's just giving them a little bit of, this beard and the bangs in the front, so it didn't pop up. It just kind of balanced this really flamboyant pose. And so that's kind of my the way I do things, and the same with him. It's just giving him this little bit of, and the chest hair and all of that. It balanced the pose. And it looks like some of this hair is still bent, but it does take pretty well to the. You could see when I first put that sub D on that it just, all of the hairs just all of a sudden, boom, started going smooth. And so that sub D is an important little tip, okay? Now you can also add it to strand-based hair, and it will do the same thing. And so I'm going to leave that. I don't normally do that. Now it looks like there's something going on here that doesn't look right. So I don't know. I might have to go in and do the same thing with his beard, like shore it up to his face. And I don't usually have to do that. Like what I had to do there with that beard was something I don't normally have to do. I was like bringing that down. But the thing is he's in such a weird twisted position. His neck is all the way back as far as you can possibly take it. So that's what probably threw that beard off. So that's why. And the thing is now his head is twisted over quite a bit as well, which could kind of have made this sink into his face. I can't really see it, so I could stop this render, and the spotlight that I have on him, you can see where it's hitting here, and it's hitting, I have that spotlight on his face. That's what's causing all these dots. It's because the skylight, the light coming from the sky, and the light coming from the spotlight have to kind of weave themselves in around each other. Okay, and so if I turned the spotlight off, all these little dots would go away and it would become fairly sharp. But the thing is I wouldn't have the benefit of this different light here coming in and hitting his face and lighting the side of his face. So, 2 hours worth of rendering or more, and they'll weave themselves in, and this will become nice and smooth and sharp and very, very crystal clear. And you see there's some of this in here looks really sharp. So, and some of it looks like all of this is going to take hours for it to render. It's going to take hours. This whole scene is just, I don't think I've ever seen a scene with so many little dots that need to be rectified in the render. But they will, this will all become very, very sharp. But this whole scene, usually the rest of the scene, everything in here is it's all got these, it's all has these tiny little dots in it, and those will all disappear. But I've never seen any scene with this many, so the computer's really going to have to work really, really hard. Every single bit. There's a little section here that doesn't have as many dots. His chest is pretty good in most of the spots. This part of his arm looks okay, sorta, kinda. But then under it, like here, there's, wow, dots everywhere. So it's going to take at least 2,000. It's going to take 2,000 iterations. But their hair, everything that I intended for them to have. The chest hair looks fine. The only problem that I might have is with his beard here. And I could stop it now, but I'd really like to see it first before I go messing with it. And so I'm going to render this down, and if I have to come in, maybe I should stop it and look at it. Something doesn't look right here. This doesn't look right. This doesn't look right. This doesn't look right. And even in here, this doesn't look right. So I'm going to cancel this. I might as well do it right before I render it for 2 hours. Because I don't mind rendering, because what I'll do is I render it for 2 hours, look at it at 10 o'clock tonight, then come in and fix the beard. And then render it overnight. And that's kind of my plan. But why not get it done so in 2 hours, 10 o'clock, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock tonight, it's done. So, all right, let's take a look. Let's go to, let's turn off the magic fields again. All right, off. Okay, let's go to the perspective view. Let's come over here and take a look at it. Now I'm gonna need to turn on the light. All right, let's see what something's not right here. It doesn't look bad. It might just be the iterations here. But it wouldn't hurt to, I don't know if I dare do anything with it, because it looks like it's hugging his skin, his face perfectly. It really does. It looks like it's right there. All right, well, let's just give, all right, this is the, this is beard, top knot beard. Okay, we're going to go into geometry editor. Let's see what happens, mesh grabber, and let's see what happens when we pull this out a little bit. It may not let me. Some of these don't let you do mesh grabber with spiky hair, top notch knot beard. No, this isn't. This one's not going to let me mess with it in mesh grabber. What if we go down here to no top knot? Oh, that's the mustache. No wonder why. This is the beard. No, it's not going to let me. No, I think it's because it's D-force. but it doesn't look bad. It looks like it's yeah, that's totally adhered to him in the right way. And it's this little line that I was seeing here, and it looks a little thinner here, but that's pretty well done on his face. So it's gonna render fine. It's just the way the early render was looking. Okay, so I think we've got it. Gosh, he kind of reminds me of the Adam figure in what was that, Michelangelo's, where he was reaching out to God. He's kind of got that Adam look. It's beautiful. It's very beautiful. All right, so we're gonna go back out of Mesh Grabber, go back to our camera view, turn back on our, and I assume that's gonna, some things you can't use Mesh Grabber on, and I don't know, I've never been able to figure out why or what I would do to change that object into something that Mesh Grabber can actually work with. But all right, we're going to save this again. We're back out. We're out of there, so their hair is back on. And I'm going to let this render. And you pretty much know what we're going to be dealing with here. So it's just because it hadn't rectified enough, so that the detail came out to show that, oh no, it's not wrong, it's right. So that happens a lot, where because of all the little dots, there's not enough detail, and so it's really difficult to tell if it's going to have the right kind of detail until so I guess that's going to do with this for me today. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go to my other computer, HDMI. Oh, we're already there. Okay. HDMI 2. Okay. So, all right. So this will start rendering, and you'll probably get to see this image at some point. I will put the image up on my Flock of Angels channel. And so we shall see. So I hope this has enough light in it. I hope that it, because I'm trying to make something that looks positive, happy, I don't know, full of light, because, and the thing is that I do both. When it comes to my visual art, I might put two like men like this in a dungeon, okay? And you say, "Oh my gosh, that's so dark." And it's like, "No, you're missing it. You're missing the whole point. They are the light. They light the scene, okay? Their love is the light. And just because you can't see that light doesn't mean it's there. And I'm not going to stop making dark scenes and putting, these male romantic scenes in dark scenes. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to put them in light scenes as well. But when there's no light around, you have to look at the scene and you have to say, they are the light. They light the scene. Their love lights the scene. It turns that scene. It is the contrast in that world. It's the light of that world. Okay? And so, just so you know where my head is at, okay? And so you're going to see, I'm not going to change the way I do art. I'm going to make some dark scenes with romantic situations, and I'm going to make some really bright and beautiful sunny day ones, okay? But it's going to be both. And you'll need to understand that the art, that the love in the scene, that is the light. Okay, so even in a dark world, there is light when there is that kind of romance and that kind of love. Okay, and they are the light of the scene. Okay, so I hope that helps to clarify where I come from with this. And so, you know, I do have a couple of commenters who say, oh, it's so dark and blah, 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 blah. You know, they're going to be dark. There's some of my scenes are going to be that way, and I'm not going to change them, okay? I'm not going to change the way I do art. But I will keep in mind and try to sandwich them in, you know, with some scenes like this that, you know, and it's like, okay, well, they're not actual flowers, they're abstract, so they're still in a very abstract world, okay? It's not, and you know, I just can't make every scene with sunflowers and daisies, okay? I have to come up with other ideas, you know, abstract ideas. They're on the, you know, and if you see them on this dark planet out in the middle of Mars somewhere, and it's all deserts and dunes and darkness, and they're alone, but they are the light, okay? And if they're together and they have that love, they have everything, okay? I guess, you know, that's what I'm trying to say in this, okay? And if you don't see that they're the light, well, it's like, you know, what else can I say? You know, they are the light, okay? And just you know, now these little red dots, they're supposed to be the strawberries. So this is a strawberry fields. That's what this is. And these are the strawberries. They're very yummy. So, and they're ripe perfectly in ripe. So it's abstract. I make sometimes make abstract. Sometimes it's realism. Sometimes they are going to be in a field of sunflowers. Sometimes they're going to be in a field of wheat. Sometimes they're going to be in a dungeon. Sometimes there's going to be a dragon about to devour them, and they're going to be standing there hugging in front of the dragon, and they are the light. They are what, their love is what lights the scenes. It's what changes the dragon. The dragon says, "No, I don't think I don't think I'm hungry today, you know. I'll let these guys go because they're so beautiful." So, you know, that's the scene. That's the idea of my art. And so sometimes they're going to be in a dark world. And because it's not their fault that the world around them is dark, okay? It's not their fault. But it's within that world, their love is what lights that world. Okay? And that's the you know, I don't know if I can say it in any other any other way. I've just said it in the same way like 3 or 4 times. So basically this is what it is. And so they're in a very weird and abstract world right now, okay? But their love still lights this world, okay? And so that's what we've done here. Now that little anomaly that was on his I'm seeing something here, but if I have any more anomalies from his hair, when I pulled that out, that went away. It was a little problem from the scalp, but when I pulled that out, it went away. So if there are any more from the skull cap here, which it looks like there's something weird here, I'll just clone it out in Photoshop. But I don't like to do that. I like to have my art finished in Daz, so that when I render it, it's done. So this looks like this still have this funny thing here, but I think that's going to go away. When there's nothing I can do about it other than change his hair, and I actually like this beard on him, so I think it's gonna fix. I think it's gonna render there's little pieces here that are gonna fill in better, and fill all this in. So, all right, very good. Very, very, very good. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And take care. And again, thanks for hanging out with me. Yes, Angus, and I will, Sigmund's going to say hi.
Hi.
Well, that was nice, Sigmund. So, all right, you take care. I will see you again soon. Have a lovely, lovely afternoon. What's left? Well, it's evening. It's 6:30 in my part of the world. So, yes, take care. I will see you again in the next Daz TV.